And I love it. What's up, everyone? How you guys doing? So I hope everyone has had an amazing day. Everybody has had productiveness. I hope everyone has been safe. And yeah, oh, this heat is hot. Damn. Anyway, so I woke up this morning or yesterday to some very interesting things on social media as per usual. And this morning I wake up and I'm on a trends list again, which is really depressing and sad and really just sad, you know. But I've kept quiet for a very long time. I have said nothing. I told people what happened to me very briefly. I didn't mention anyone's name, but you know, things happened. So I'm gonna just try by all means to say this as clearly as I can, and I'm gonna try by all means to be concise. Now, we've had lots of discussions, me and my legal team. My lawyers and I have been back and forth with this for months now. You know, we've been trying to figure out what to do, how to do it. First of all, I never wanted to open a case. But sometimes everything that you do in your power is not enough, because you cannot stop. You know, justice has to be served at some point. Whichever way that is, I cannot be the one to dictate how and why and when. So there is still a court case. Not a court case. There's a case that has been opened. It was opened last year. It has not been closed. I have not retracted in any way or form. I have not expressed that to anybody. I've seen that social media has a tendency of saying, like, somebody says something and then everybody just runs with it. And that's not what has happened. So there is a rape case. And let me be clear. It's a rape case. The rape is of 2017, September. It took place in Limpopo. And I won't really go into every detail, but I will give you guys some insight. I don't like going on social media to talk about my private life or things that happened to me. I try to keep out of social media and the streets and all that, you know, with my personal stuff, but sometimes it's out of your control, like now. So basically, what happened was, I was asked out by this individual, Jabulani, as most of his friends or whoever call him. This was in June the 19th, on my birthday, in 2017. And this was following me meeting him the May. It's not like I'd known him. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know him from bar soap. I was intrigued. And I don't even remember what he said specifically. But the next day, I was sent a text message saying, I love you. July of that year, 2017, I was called by him and telling me about some woman in his life. And I say some woman, not with any type of disrespect, but that's exactly what he had said to me. He said to me that there was a woman in his life. He had been with her or whatever. That was really not my concern. And I had asked him, so why are you telling me, you know, because I hadn't really seen him since the June. I think I'd seen him like once or twice. Probably a lot of times was when we were on the road, bumping into him. I would get messages from him telling me to come wherever he was. And that was the nature of whatever he calls a relationship. It wasn't a relationship. It was nothing intimate. It was conversations. It was meeting up. There was nothing intimate, you know. And so that July, I blocked him off my phone. And I think I blocked him on like social media and stuff like that. And he kept on texting me on my actual phone saying, your phone is broken, you know. I just thought, whatever, you know, it's nothing that deep. A month passed of that, you know, so August comes, around that time, around August, and we resume our conversations. By that time, I started seeing someone else. We had started discussing, you know, this thing, because people actually get to know each other before they get into relationships, you know, and they get to know each other before they get sexually active, whatever, you know, that's what happens. It's normal. And that's exactly what had happened. I started getting to know someone else, and he was also the person that I was getting to know. And this was a good July I had blocked him, August, and then September came. Oh yes, something very, very important. August the 15th of 2017, I had a bilateral breast reduction. For you guys, most of you guys who understand what it's like to have like big boobs. I had big boobs. I think most of you guys who followed my career back then would know that I had like massive breasts, you know. And it was a personal thing. I didn't talk about it. I had PR asked me if I wanted to tell the media about it. I said no. I wanted to keep it private, as I've always been private. And I remember that day when I woke up from the hospital, he had come with a friend of his. And, you know, it was the 15th of August, 2017. It takes about 8 to 9 months for an injury like that to heal. You need to understand, you're being cut all the way from under your armpit, under your breast. Your entire breast is being cut open, and they are basically changing the shape. So from August the 15th, I was in bandages, completely covered. I didn't take off my bra for at least, I think, 10 months. Like, when I say take off, I did go to shower and bath without a bra, but I couldn't do anything else. And I remember having this conversation with my doctor at the time, that if I was to get involved sexually with anybody, how long would it have to be? And I was told that it has to be at least 6 weeks, you know. And I was just saying that because you never know what happens. You know, you might meet somebody that you're like, ooh, yay. But basically, that was what had happened. And he knew about that, or I thought, because he was there. He was at the hospital. Fast forward to this very big, amazing event. We get there, and I think we were there like the whole night, and I was talking to him, and I was talking to the other person that I was getting to know. They were both in the same place. It was just, like I said, again, I'll emphasize, nothing sexual had happened. No discussions of sexual activities have happened. No one has spoken to me about, oh my gosh, let's have sex today. There was nothing of that sort. The relationship was it was just a getting to know you type of situation. I don't know what he told his friends. I don't know what he told his family, if any family was ever told. I do not know the context in which he discussed me. The only thing I know is the context in which he was to me. And I know this because anyway, let's forget about that, because it's a fact. No sexual conversations, no discussions, no, oh, tomorrow, you know, nothing like that. This man had never seen me naked before. It was just, you understand what I'm saying? Now, we get to this event, and we are chilling, and life goes on. La-di, 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 la-di. Fast forward to around morning. This happened, I've seen a lot of conversations saying, this happened at night. No, it did not happen at night. I've heard a lot of people say things like, how could you continue dating a person that had raped you. There's so many things that I've seen on social media. So I just wanted to just set the record straight today because I'm really exhausted with all the lies. Anyway, that morning we were making out. It's just kissing. He had invited me to his hotel room. It was morning. We had never been alone together to that extent where you could say, oh yes, now we can. No. He invited me to his hotel room and I went because it was daytime. And while this is happening, suddenly this person starts taking off my clothes. And he raped me. I couldn't fight because I was in stitches. I was bleeding in my stitches because it was a normal thing. It happened all the time. Whenever I had any kind of strain, my stitches would just burst open sometimes and I'd bleed. But that's what happened. He raped me. I hated him. And at that moment, I was afraid of him. And I didn't stop being afraid of him till today. Just the thought of him terrifies me. Anyway, go on. That night, I think that day, he kind of got me to go back to his place. And, it's fear. And yes, he terrifies me because he raped me. He's a rapist to me. I do not know how he has treated other people. I cannot speak for anyone else. I can only speak for myself. Now, we never spoke. We never hung out. We ended up breaking up because at that moment when he raped me, to me, it was like the most confusing thing. Like, what do I do now? Am I with this person? Am I not? You don't know. If you've ever been in a situation like that, you don't know how to classify it because no one's ever violated me before. Every person I have had intimate relations with has been consensual.